Thanks for checking out this video. So let's go ahead and get into what is coming to Shudder for November 2024. But first, if you appreciate my videos, any of them, this one, or any of the many, many thousands I have on my channel, please go ahead and consider subscribing to the channel. I have memberships available, which you can look at in the description. There's a link for them there to see what extras you get, stuff like that. And thumbs up on the video, notification bell button, all that stuff. So anyway, let me go ahead and get to the exclusive and originals for Shudder. Now, if people don't know, I do get screeners for these ahead of time. So I put out no spoiler reviews usually on the Monday of the Friday that they're coming out. So you can come to my channel and know that I'll have a no spoiler review at that point if you want to check it out and find out, does this sound interesting or not? Anyway, the first film that's one of their Shudder exclusive or originals is original, called Doc of Chucky. The ultimate account of the Child's Play film franchise and Chucky, a horror villain for the ages, with contributions from cast, crew, critics, historians, and experts, as well as clips, photographs, archival documents, behind-the-scenes footage, and more. Experience the making-of story that proves you can't keep a good guy down in a series of films that have created an icon. I'm very excited to check that out. I haven't gotten my screener for it yet, but hopefully I'm getting it in the next few days, so I can take care of that. The next film is called Shudder original called Black Cab, and this has I want to say Mark Frost in it. I'm blanking on his name. I think it might be Mark Frost is a hockey player. I think Frost from the Hot Fuzz and all that. Anyway, when Anne and Patrick hail a black cab after a night out with their driver, it's chatty, jovial even, but they are in no mood to talk. In fact, the couple is barely on speaking terms. That is, until they realize the driver has no intention of taking them home. Locked in the cab with no means of escape, the driver transports the couple to a stretch of deserted and supposedly haunted road. But what is his purpose? Is he mad or just plain evil? And why has he selected Anne and Patrick as his victims? That does sound kind of interesting. I'm kind of interested in that one. Nick Frost. That's the name. Sorry, finally, Nick Frost. I'm getting older, people. The next one's a Shudder original called Rita. Oh, I should tell you the dates on these. Doc of Chucky is, excuse me, Doc of Chucky is coming November 1st. Black Cab is coming November 8th. The next one is Shudder original called Rita, coming November 22nd. While fleeing a neglectful household, 13-year-old Rita is placed in an oppressive state-run orphanage. Rita's arrival provides a glimmer of hope to the girls inside, who share a prophecy that an angel will appear to release them. Encouraged by one another, the girls plan an escape to claim their freedom and expose the orphanage's abuses of power. Based on the true story behind one of the Guatemala's most harrowing tragedies, Rita shines a light on the brave orphans who fight for survival, inspired a nationwide outcry for justice and reform. Interesting. Excuse me. I apologize. I did shield from the microphone, though. Okay. The next one is called Out Come the Wolves. This is a Shudder exclusive coming on November 29th. Retired hunter Sophia invites her fellow hunter and childhood best friend Kyle to her family's secluded cabin deep in the woods. There she plans for Kyle to meet and teach her fiancé Nolan how to hunt for an article he's writing and to share the news of their engagement. Tensions flare between Kyle and Nolan over their shared history with Sophie, escalating during the hunt that goes awry when they are ambushed by a vicious pack of territorial wolves. As alliances fracture under the pressure of survival, Sophie is forced to rely on her long-abandoned hunting prowess to face the deadly predators and save the one closest to her heart. Interesting. We'll see. And then the last Shudder original, I think. It doesn't say Shudder original exclusive. I assume it's original. It's called The J-Horror Virus. Charting the origins of Japanese horror films at the turn of the millennium, films featuring vengeful ghosts manifesting themselves through contemporary technology against a backdrop of urban alienation and social decay. So it appears to be a documentary, which I'm always down for horror documentaries. Love those. Oh, and then, sorry, this is the last one. Actually, they're already giving this information out there, even though this is for December, but since it's here, I'll tell you. The Creep Tapes. They've already been pumping this one on social media. It's a Shudder original series. The Creep Tapes, yes, based off the Creep films, found footage. Series premiere Friday, November 15th, and the finale on December 13th. From writers and executive producers Mark Duplass and Patrick Bryce, The Creep Tapes continues to unravel the mind of a secluded serial killer who lures videographers into his world with the promise of a paid job documenting his life. Unfortunately, as the tape rolls, the killer's questionable intentions surface with his increasingly odd behavior, and the victims will learn they may have made a deadly mistake. We'll see. We'll see how it is. Then the Boulet Brothers Dracula, their original series, season 6, every Tuesday will still be going. It's going on at the moment. Finale is on December 3rd. Just so people know, I'm not going to read the synopsis for that because I already did that when it started, which I think was October, and the end of September. I think maybe end of September, October. Anyway, they're going to be doing watch parties. Like watch-along situations every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Friday, November 1st, they're doing Day of the Dead on Day of the Dead. Then November 8th, they're doing Mysterious Fiends. This is their theme. They're going to be doing Black Cab and Anything for Jackson. I do like Anything for Jackson. November 15th, they're doing J-Horror. It's going to be Audition and Noroi the Curse. Love Audition. Haven't seen Noroi the Curse, but heard good things. Then November 22nd, they're doing Jairo Bustamante films, Rita and La Llorona. La Llorona, very good. Obviously, I haven't seen Rita yet, because that's a new one. And then November 29th, Lupine Horror. They're doing Werewolves Within and The Company of Wolves. That is a phenomenal double feature right there. If you have any, like, the slightest interest in werewolf films, both of those are very good. Big fan. Okay, so now what are they putting on their streaming service? Older films. November 1st, they're dropping a lot. So, first of all, they're dropping... I'm not going to read... Well, I can read every single one of these. We'll do it. Child's Play 2 is going to be dropping. There's no first Child's Play. Sorry, I don't know why. Child's Play 2. While Andy's mother is admitted to a psychiatric hospital, the young boy is placed in foster care, and Chucky, determined to claim Andy's soul, is not far behind. Child's Play 3. Chucky returns for revenge after Andy, the young boy who defeated him and now a teenager living in the military. A lot of people hate Child's Play 3. I thought it was okay. Bride of Chucky. Chucky, the doll possessed by a serial killer, discovers the perfect male to kill and revive into the body of another doll. Seed of Chucky. Chucky and Tiffany are resurrected by their innocent, gender-confused child, Glenn/Glenda, and hit Hollywood, where a movie depicting the killer doll's murder spree is underway. Curse of Chucky. After her mother's mysterious death, Nika begins to suspect that Chucky may be the key to recent bloodshed and chaos. And Cult of Chucky. Chucky returns to terrorize his human victim, Nika. Meanwhile, the killer doll has some scores to settle with his old enemies with the help of his former wife. Chucky franchise, very good franchise. So check those movies out if you haven't one of those days. Also coming November 1st, Ju-on the Grudge. A mysterious and vengeful spirit marks and pursues anybody who dares enter the house in which it resides. Then Ju-on the Grudge 2. As their curse spreads on, the ghosts find their chance to live once again through the pregnancy of a cursed woman. Okay. Also on the 1st, Children of the Corn 2, The Final Sacrifice. I've heard these Children of the Corn movies not great after the first one. A journalist and his son travel to Nebraska to investigate the mysterious town of Gatlin. Gatlin, where, unbeknownst to them, a mysterious cult of children are still waiting in the cornfields. Then, Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest. Two brothers connected to the murderous children's cult of Gatlin, Nebraska, are taken to Chicago by an adoptive couple. Then, Children of the Corn 4, The Gathering. A nurse returns to her hometown in Nebraska, only to find that the town's children have fallen under a mysterious mass illness connected to its sinister past. Then, Children of the Corn 5, Fields of Terror. 6 college students on a road trip take a wrong turn and end up trapped in a strangely deserted rural town inhabited by a murderous cult of children. Then, Children of the Corn 666, Isaac's Return. As a teenage girl comes to Gatlin to find her biological mother, the town's infamous cult plots a comeback as their leader, Isaac, awakened from a coma. Okay, then the next many films are coming on November 4th. The Slit-Mouthed Woman. Heard good things about this one. A suburban town in Japan is the victim of what is supposedly just an urban legend, a woman's spirit with a horribly disfigured face who is intent on kidnapping children for unknown reasons. Tomi, I've also heard this is good. A traumatized young woman is trying to recover her memories with the help of a psychiatrist. During her hypnosis session, she repeats the name Tomi, but is unable to recall where she knows it from. Shikoku. When Hinako was a child, she was separated from Fumiya and Sayori as she moved to Tokyo. Now she has returned to Shikoku, but it turns out that Sayori drowns when Hinako starts seeing Sayori in her dreams. She seeks help from Fumiya. Okay. Then the film is Sola. When a woman able to read the thoughts of others comes to help survivors of the 1995 Kobe earthquake, she encounters a girl with multiple personality disorder whose dangerous 13th personality Isola must be stopped. That one sounds pretty interesting. Inugami. Akira, the young new school teacher in town, falls for secretive Miki, an older woman who takes care of her family's urn that supposedly holds a forest of wolf spirit Inugami. People soon start disappearing, and the town blames Akira. Then we have St. John's Wort. A game designer and his girlfriend Nami drive out to a decrepit mansion she just inherited to film backgrounds for a new video game called St. John's Wort. Okay, sounds terrible. One missed call. Several people start receiving voicemails from their future selves, messages which include the date, time, and some of the details of their deaths. Then, one missed call 2. A Japanese restaurant cook/owner dies after answering his daughter's cell phone. Other people are getting strange same ringtone calls as well and dying painfully. It happened in Taiwan as well. Can the police stop it if it's a ghost? One missed call 3. Final. That's just it. The timid young Asuka is bullied by her classmates. When they embark on a class field trip to Korea, Asuka plans revenge by sending them a cursed phone message they can either pass on or die. Then Ghost Samurai. Sounds interesting. In a chilling twist on urban legend, Okamuro-san, an ancient monster, emerges from the shadows for those who dare utter his name online. As victims vanish, a desperate race unfolds to uncover the monster's origins and break the deadly curse before it's too late. The next one, Ninja vs. Shark. Sounds up my alley. In a remote village during the Edo period, evil cult leader Kushiru uses ninjutsu to force sharks to attack pearl divers so the cult can steal the valuable pearls. Desperate for help, the village chief hires temple guard Kotaro Shiozaki. Sounds fun. The next one I've actually seen and highly recommend, Tokyo Gore Police, if you like wild gore stuff. In future Tokyo, a young woman in the privatized police force tracks down her father's killer while battling against mutant rebels known as engineers. Very fun, very wild. The next one is called Exta Hair Extensions. A morgue attendant sells hair pieces that hold terrible consequences for those who wear them. Earth versus the Spider. Okay. A shy, obsessive comic book fan gets injected with an experimental serum of a lab that is studying how to give humans the abilities of spiders. Interesting. Tragedy Girls. Highly recommend this. Good film. A twist on the slasher genre following 2 death-obsessed teenage girls who use their online show about real-life tragedies to send their small Midwestern town into a frenzy and cement their legacy as modern horror legends. Check that one out. Wake. Desperate for a lead role in a Hollywood remake, a struggling actress tracks down the lead of the original film, who's now a mysterious recluse. Strange occurrences quickly turn the meeting into a nightmare. The next one is called Christmas Spirit. A family on Christmas Eve is having a Christmas gathering, but as the gathering goes on, the bodies start to pile up, and as the days go by, things are getting more and more out of touch with reality. Always good to have another holiday horror film. Excuse me. Then the J horror virus, which I already went over. November 11th, Nightman. A young pregnant woman discovers that her perfect boyfriend may be a dangerous sleepwalker when she finds out about strange disappearances and murders taking place in the region. And then the other film on the 11th, Porcelain. After learning that her estranged father has died, a young woman returns to her hometown to face a forgotten past and something sinister lurking within her childhood house. Then November 18th, we have Silence and Darkness. Blind and deaf sisters Anna and Beth live happily in a secluded small town with their father. However, when a neighbor stops by, Anna and Beth begin to realize father's intentions are more sinister than they could have imagined. Then, on November 28th, there are actually a slew of anime films, apparently, that they're putting on Shudder that are from their streaming service High Dive that AMC owns, which I'm into anime, so this could be interesting, so I'll read those, and that's the closing of this. Parasite the Maxim. 17-year-old Shinichi Izumi is partially infected by a parasite, monsters that butcher and consume humans. He must learn to coexist with the creature if he is to survive both the life of a parasite and a human as part monster, part person. It is wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon. Oh, is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? Seasons 1 through 4. I've heard good things about this one. Blind and deaf sisters Anna and Beth live happily in a secluded small town with father. However, when a neighbor stops by, Anna and Beth begin to realize father's intentions are more sinister. That's the same. I guess that's the anime, and the one I read before is like live action. Then we have Ragna Crimson Season 1. Oh no. Well, I know why this I know why the synopsis is the same, because all they did is they copy and pasted the same synopsis from, where is it? Silence and Darkness for all of the animes other than the Parasite one. So that's not good. So that's a real screw up. Good job, guys. Not great. So I'll just read you the rest of the titles for the animes here. Ragna Crimson Season 1, Flowers of Evil Season 1, The Dangers in My Heart Season 1, Dororo Season 1, Magical Girl Sight Season 1, Blade of the Immortal Season 1, Devil's Line Season 1, and Kaiji Ultimate Survivor Season 1. Sorry, I didn't read through this whole thing before I did the video because I just got it, so sorry you didn't get actual synopses of these animes. That's on AMC/Shudder/IFC because they're the ones who handle that stuff. But anyway, if there's anything you heard that you're excited about, put it in the comments. Anything you recommend or recommend me staying away from, comment. Also, especially if you know those animes, for someone who does like anime, recommend which ones I should definitely prioritize. I would appreciate that. But regardless, thanks for taking your time to watch this. And until next time, keep it brutal.